Edinburgh Castle isn't haunted, it's inhabited, and whatever lives there isn't done feeding yet. Edinburgh Castle sits on top of Castle Rock, like a crown made of stone and shadow. It dominates the skyline, this ancient fortress that's been watching over Scotland's capital for more than 1,000 years. Tourists flock there by the millions every year to walk its halls and take photos of the view. They see the grandeur, the history, the pride of a nation. But what they don't see, what most people will never see, is what happens when the lights go out, when the crowds leave and the gates close, when you're standing alone in those corridors at 3 a.m. and you hear something that shouldn't be there, something that's been waiting. I'm not talking about folklore. I'm not talking about campfire stories. I'm talking about documented history so dark, so brutal, that it's left something behind, something that won't leave. Edinburgh Castle isn't just haunted, it's infected with the memory of what happened there. And once you learn the truth, you'll understand why some places should stay buried. Let me take you down into the dungeons. But I need you to understand something first. When I say dungeons, I don't mean stone cells with barred windows. I mean holes, carved directly into the volcanic rock beneath the castle. Pitch black, no ventilation, no light has touched some of these spaces in centuries. During the 7 Years' War in the 1750s, hundreds of French prisoners were thrown down there. Not placed, thrown. The entrance was a hole in the floor, and they were dropped through it into the darkness below. Can you imagine that fall? The moment of weightlessness before you hit the stone floor, the air knocked out of your lungs, surrounded by complete and total darkness. They were packed in so tight they couldn't lie down, couldn't sit properly. Just bodies pressed against bodies in the suffocating black. No sanitation, no food for days at a time. And when disease started spreading, when men started dying, their bodies weren't removed. They were left there, rotting in the summer heat with the living. Think about that for a second. Really think about it. You're trapped in absolute darkness. The man next to you stopped moving 2 days ago. His body is beginning to smell. You can feel it pressed against you in the cramped space. And there's nothing you can do. Nowhere to move. No one is coming to help you. Some of them tried to escape. You can still see the marks on the walls if you look close enough. Deep gouges in solid stone. Fingernails torn completely off. Fingers worn down to the bone, trying to claw through rock. The desperation it would take to do that. The pain you'd have to push through. And they knew, they had to know, it was impossible. But they did it anyway, because the alternative was worse than the pain. But here's what keeps me up at night. Here's the part that makes my skin crawl even now, years after I first learned about it. The Black Vault. It's a series of underground chambers beneath the castle, sealed off from natural light, sealed off from sound, sealed off from hope. Prisoners weren't just put there. They were disappeared. The entrance would be sealed with stone, and that was it.